The woman who no longer begs to be chosen moves differently. She no longer performs for validation. She no longer abandons herself for attention. You know we are big about that on this channel. She no longer confuses access with alignment. And that shift changes everything. It changes her beauty, her money, her standards, her relationships, her purpose, her career, her nervous system, and her presence as a woman. She stopped auditioning for spaces that could not recognize her value. Her energy became calmer because she was no longer trying to convince people to see what was already divine. Who are you trying to convince? Who is keeping you stuck? Who is you being stuck serving? The moment you choose yourself fully, desperation leaves your body. Your beauty becomes softer, your voice becomes steadier, and your presence becomes magnetic. Period. You no longer over-explain your worth in work, love, business, or even friendship because you understand that alignment does not require begging. Begging who? For what? Come on, ladies. A woman who no longer begs to be chosen protects her nervous system like luxury. She understands that exhaustion is not proof of value. She stopped chasing visibility from people who benefited from her self-doubt. Trust me, that is when your confidence becomes unshakable. Because you are no longer chasing visibility from who? That is the question I always ask myself. From who and for what? Your standard rise when your self-respect deepened. You no longer entertain inconsistency just to avoid loneliness. Like, what is wrong with you spending time with yourself? What is wrong with you getting to know yourself, enjoying yourself, your own company? If you can't enjoy yourself, being with yourself, how do you translate that into social relationships? Because at the end of the day, if you move around, go to several events, be with several people, you are still going to come back to yourself at the end of the day. So you have to learn that constantly proving yourself drain your feminine energy, your creativity, your radiance, and your clarity. Her abundance expanded the moment she stops attaching her worth to acceptance. Again, whose acceptance are you trying to attach yourself to? Are you so desperate for? Your wealth flows differently when you stop operating from rejection wounds. She no longer competes for attention. She refines her energy, sharpens her gifts, and allows alignment to locate her. The woman who chooses herself walks into rooms differently. She is no longer silently asking, do I belong here? Because she already knows she does. She stopped shape-shifting to fit expectations. Her authenticity became her power source. Your beauty changed when you stop carrying emotional desperation. It changes because peace softens your face in ways makeup never could. You no longer lower your standards to maintain access to people who only value you as a convenience. The woman who no longer begs to be chosen does not panic when doors close because she understands redirection is often protection. I don't panic when certain doors don't open because I know there are endless possibilities. Abundance is vast. The universe is vast. So protection and provision will always be there. She stopped begging for crumbs and started building tables, opportunities, platforms, businesses, and communities of her own. So if you are still sleeping on yourself, it is time to wake up. It is time to awaken. Start creating your own platform. Whatever gap that you see that you feel needs to be plugged, you can become the plug because you are no longer waiting to be chosen. You stop begging for crumbs and start building tables. Your ambition become healthier once you stop trying to earn love through achievements. And I am talking most especially about your self-love here because most of us don't even love ourselves. And we think we have to source for love externally. You understand that overperforming is not feminine power. True power is remaining rooted in self-worth. while taking aligned action. The woman who no longer begs to be chosen, she does not fear being misunderstood. Greatness often requires releasing the addiction to universal approval. Again, ladies, whose approval is keeping you small? Whose approval is draining your joy, taking away your happiness? Whose approval is affecting your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual health? Whose approval exactly? The energy shifted when you realize that rejection does not decrease your value. Sometimes it simply reveals the misalignment. So stop romanticizing struggle. Your new standard should become peace, clarity, reciprocity, wellness, and overflow. She no longer begs clients, audiences, employers, or partners to recognize her brilliance. She positions herself where her gifts are honored. And that is why I am going to keep thriving on the heel of encouraging women to utilize their gifts to generate income. Your gift could be your beauty, it could be your style, it could be your skills, it could be your knowledge, your lived experiences, your stories, your values, your passion, your purpose. So you have to position yourself where your gifts are honored. Your femininity deepened when you stop forcing outcome. You learn that force creates burnout while alignment creates sustainability. The woman who no longer begs to be chosen becomes deeply intentional about where her energy goes. You are not spreading yourself thin. She understands attention is currency. She stopped abandoning herself to maintain connections. Her self-trust became stronger than her fear of losing people. If you are fearful of losing someone, that is already a red flag on its own. She no longer chases external validation to feel beautiful. Her radiance now comes from emotional security within herself. Her work improved when she stopped creating from desperation and started creating from embodiment, from clarity, from purpose. You understand that you, ambitious woman, the woman who no longer begs to be chosen, you understand that being too much in the wrong room often means you are being called to expand beyond that room. Some of us have already overgrown the room that we are still trying to cram ourselves into. Again, for who? For what? The woman who chooses herself consistently becomes harder to manipulate because guilt no longer controls her decisions. You are very clear. You have clarity. Your emotion is not clouded. She stopped asking permission to evolve. Her growth accelerated the moment she gave herself full authority over her life. Again, who are you giving authority over your life? Whose authority are you operating on? Your own authority or some externally sourced authority? A woman who no longer begs to be chosen becomes unforgettable. Not because she demands attention, but because her energy reflects wholeness, standards. It reflects peace. It reflects self-possession. So, ladies, to close this video, because I know it's been a long one, there's a different kind of beauty that emerges when you finally stop chasing validation. A quieter beauty, a deeper beauty to you, a regulated beauty, a powerful beauty. Because the woman who no longer begs to be chosen is no longer living from lack. She is no longer performing for approval, no longer shrinking for acceptance, no longer betraying herself for belonging. She chooses herself first. And from that place, her life begins to rise to meet her. And that, my ladies, my queen, my babes, my sis, my darling, is the message for you today. I hope it lands safely with you. I hope it resonates. If it does, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Ambitious woman, if you're interested in joining our community, the Sovereign Feminine Collective, where we become the woman who attracts abundance, health, wealth, joy, happiness, a woman who prioritizes her wellness, a woman who attracts income, influence, and opportunities effortlessly in alignment. Link to join our community will be in the description box below. And if you're about building a personal brand that is calm, joyful, magnetic, meaningful, authentic, profitable, and sustainable, a personal brand that is uniquely aligned to your feminine design as a woman, a brand that is aligned with your unique values, your gifts, your talent, your beauty, your skills, your passion, your knowledge, your expertise, your purpose, your lived experiences. Because again, on this channel, in this community, we are about being aligned, effortlessly paid our worth, and living the best life that we can as ambitious, feminine, high achieving, driven women. So if you're interested in that conversation, building your personal brand, link to book a one-on-one clarity session with me will be in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, click on the notification button. And until the next one, ladies, stay feminine, stay grounded, stay aligned, stay confident, stay abundant, and keep blooming. May you always believe in yourself. I love you all so much, and I am rooting for you. Mwah. Bye.